So I'm back with another video. This time I'm going to be looking at my 10 most worn fragrances of last month. So I'm going to go with 10 this time. The last time I did a video similar to this, I ended up going with 5, and I kind of split it up into 2 different videos, 5 niche and 5 designer. This time I figured I'd do something a little bit different and put them all into one video. Let me know if you guys like it, this way, like in, all in one video with 10 fragrances kind of all mixed together, or if you like it separated in, 5 designers and 5 niche, just let me know. It kind of really just depends on what I'm wearing in that certain month anyway. Sometimes I really don't wear too much designers at all. Sometimes I really don't wear too much niche at all. It just kind of depends on my mood. So let me know if you like it split up or if you like it in the same video. And now that we got that out of the way, let's go and start off. Again, this is not going to be in any order. It's just, my 10 most worn fragrances of last month of December, not in any order, just the ones that I wore the most. So starting off with the first one, we have Replica by the Fireplace. This one shouldn't be a surprise to any of you guys. I've talked about this one quite a bit. I wore this one on Christmas Day, and I wore it on Christmas Eve too. I just wore it quite a bit around that time. It's one that just really does it for me. It really puts me in the holiday mood. Just smells very Christmassy to me, so I really like it for that, and made a lot of great memories with it. And now every time I smell it, it'll take me back to this time of the year, so I'm really glad that I chose to wear this one for this season. So that is my first one, Replica by the Fireplace. Second one, we have one from Dior from their private collection. This one is Fabulous Use. Another one shouldn't really be a surprise to you guys. This one made it in my fall list. I believe it made it in my winter list as well. It's a fantastic gourmand scent, one of my favorites. It's very creamy, it's very sweet, it's powdery. It's not everyone's favorite, it's not everyone's cup of tea. A lot of people think it's, too powdery and it smells like baby powder and things like that. I don't really think so. I think it smells fantastic. Definitely a unisex scent, not masculine by any means. I really wouldn't necessarily say it's feminine too, although a lot of people would tend to say that it is feminine. I think it's pretty much right down the middle. I'm okay with wearing it on myself just because I love the smell so much. So this is my second one. Wore it a decent amount last month. Really good for this time of the year when it's cold. Really glad to have this one. This is my second most worn fragrance, Fabulous Use. So my third one, we have 𝗦𝗢𝗓𝗓 by Barcelona. So I just did a review on this one not too long ago. This stuff right here is one of my absolute favorite scents. Really adore this stuff a lot. I wore it a little bit out of the bottle, but before I got the bottle, I was wearing it from the little sample I had. And I did, I wore it quite a bit, and then when I got the bottle, I wore it even more. So again, really glad to have this stuff. Absolutely perfect for this time of the year. It's a very nice, warm, creamy vanilla. It's a little bit boozy as well from the vanilla. It just smells great. One of my all-time favorites. Really glad I have a bottle, and I wore it a lot last month, and I'm probably going to wear it quite a bit this month and the month after and the month after. I'm probably going to wear it quite a bit while it's cold, just because I really like the scent. So that's my third one, Barcelona 𝗦𝗢𝗓𝗓. So my fourth most worn fragrance of last month, we have one from Parfums Vintage. This one is Vanilla Intense. So I just did a video on my top 5 favorite Parfums Vintage fragrances. And if you watched that video, you know that this one, it did pretty good in that list. I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't watched it, but just know it's up there. It's number 1. Yeah, guys, I really do like this stuff a lot. It is an Aventus inspired fragrance, but because of the vanilla that it has in it, I find myself reaching for it a lot in the cooler months. I reach for it a lot in the fall, and I've been reaching for it here in the winter as well. It just holds up really good in this cooler weather. And one thing I will say is I do often wear Aventus in the colder weather, and I'm talking about not only Parfums Vintage Aventus fragrances, but also actual Aventus. I wear it a lot in the winter. It is mostly a spring and summer fragrance. That's when it works the best. Whenever I wear it in the spring and summer in the heat, it really opens up, and it really takes it to a whole nother level. The fruits and everything really pop when it's warm. But I still do wear it a lot throughout the winter just because I love the scent and I can't go without it. With that being said though, having this one here, Vanilla Intense, just really makes it that much easier to wear it when it's cold, because again, it has that added vanilla, it has that added depth, and it holds up so well. And again, the vanilla just takes it to a whole different level. One of my favorites here from Parfums Vintage. They killed it with this one. This is, in my opinion, their best release out of all of them that I've tried. And yeah, so this is my 4th most worn one of last month, Vanilla Intense. And my 5th most worn fragrance of last month, we have Dior Homme Intense. So this is one of my older formulation bottles. You guys already know how I feel about this stuff. Again, another one of my favorites. It's one of my top 5 designer scents of all time. It's just that good for me. So again, this is mainly a fall and winter scent. So when it's this time of the year, I'm going to make sure I wear it as much as I can. So I've worn it quite a bit last month, probably going to be wearing it again quite a bit this month and the month after, just all throughout winter. Probably going to be reaching for this one quite a lot because again, it really just does it for me. I love the scent, it performs good on me, does get me good reactions from time to time. Again, it's just an amazing scent, and it's one that I wore a lot last month. If you guys haven't tried this one, highly recommend you try it. Again, I know the whole lipstick note is talked about all the time and people kind of turn their head at it, but trust me, it's worth trying. If you haven't tried it, you're really missing out because it is fantastic stuff. And pretty much the whole Dior Homme line is great. I own all of them at this point except for like the super vintage like first ever formulation of Dior Homme Intense. I don't own that. That's really hard to find. It goes for a pretty high price. But all the other ones I own, all 3 of the sport versions, and you know, everything else, the vintage Dior Homme. And I guess the other one I don't own is the vintage Dior Homme cologne. I own the citrus one, but the one before that was like a not citrusy. But basically I own pretty much all of them, and it's one of my favorite designer fragrance lines of all time, just because there's such a range of versatility throughout all of them, and they're just great and they're really fun to collect. So again, highly recommend you check out Dior Homme Intense and the rest of the Dior Homme line for that matter if you haven't. All right, going with an Unwashed, we have Unwashed Juliette. This is another one I did a review on not too long ago, and again, this stuff is great. It's smoky, it's warm, it's a little bit spicy. It's just a really nice scent. Probably isn't going to be for everyone. It is, you know, a little bit on the more daring side. And again, it is a niche fragrance. It is an Unwashed fragrance. It's got incense. It's got, you know, blackberry. I think that's what it is the note. It's just definitely very unique. Not going to be for everyone, but for me, it is definitely a winner. I enjoy it a lot, and it's, again, a great one for this time of year. Wore it quite a bit last month as I was testing it for the review. And again, it's just something that I enjoy, so I continued to wear it. Probably wear it a little bit more this month too. And again, talked about before, it says the magnetic cap, and it performs good on me. I don't have any issues. It smells great. So yeah, this is Unwashed Juliette. So I've pretty much lost count at this point, but it doesn't really matter anyway because it's not a list or a top 10 list anyway. But next one we have CH Men. This time I'm going with my 2010 bottle. So I have the 2013, 2014 bottles, and I also have this 2010. I actually have 2 other sealed 50 ml bottles of the 2010 formulation over there. And this is even more grassy and green than like my 2013 bottles with the red ribbon. And I plan on doing a whole video comparing all the 3 different formulations at some point. Whenever I get my hands on a bottle of the new formulation, I'll make that video. So I'll save the details for that. But CH Men, all of them are fantastic. It smells great. I do still prefer this one over Privé in terms of scent, just because there's something about this that just smells so good. That sugar and that leather and that green scent that it puts off is really good. It's done really well. It's just a very cozy, cuddly scent. And it almost has like a gourmand edible type of smell, like from that sugar and leather mixing together. Just smells really good. People will eat this up off your skin if they smell it on you. Just that good. So this is CH Men. Wore it quite a bit last month, and I'll probably wear it quite a bit this month too. All right, next we have one from MFK. This one is Grand Soir. Running low, running on E on this bottle here, unfortunately. I'm probably gonna have to get another one at some point. But this stuff is, again, this is amazing. I've done a review on this one. You can check it out if you want. This is an amber scent. If you don't like amber, probably not gonna like this one. I'm a huge fan of amber, and again, it's done really well here. Again, this is another one not everyone's going to like. Personally, I do. It's just an amazing scent. It's very warm, it's very cozy, very sweet, and I like it a whole lot. It smells very well done, very blended together very well. and it has kind of an upscale smell too. It's high-end smelling, it's luxurious smelling, just really good stuff. So did wear this one a good amount last month. Might wear it a little bit this month depending on if I end up getting a new bottle, because I really don't want to run this one completely out, but we'll see. So this is Grand Soir. So we got 2 left. Here we go with Dolce Gabbana the One. Again, this one should not be a surprise for you. Talk about this one all the time. I've talked about how it's one of my favorite dumb reach fragrances for the fall and winter, and that's pretty much exactly what it is for me. The times I don't really know what I want to wear or don't even really feel like wearing anything, I'll usually just grab this one and just throw on a couple sprays and I'll be set. It's just that easy, it's just that good. It always works good for me, performs good for me, gets me good compliments. That's all that really matters, and just a great dumb reach scent overall. Need to grab a new bottle of this one too, because it is getting down to the end. Probably gonna get a 150 ml bottle of this one. So again, Dolce Gabbana the One, everyone knows at this point. I don't really care if it's, you know, overly popular and that everyone wears it, because I don't really smell it on anyone where I live, so it's not a huge issue for me. But this, again, great stuff, Dolce Gabbana the One. And my last one, we have a fragrance from Mancera. You probably weren't expecting to see Mancera on this list, but I do have one. This one is Wild Candy. So again, this is another one I've done a review on. If you're curious about this one, just go check that out. But this stuff is definitely very interesting. This is another one that's not going to be for everyone. It is unisex. Some may say it leans feminine. Again, it's one of those things where I really don't care. I don't mind wearing it just because I enjoy the scent. Mostly a personal fragrance I'd wear just when I'm hanging out around the house. But I did wear it out at some points, and it's just a really nice scent. Smells great. I'm not going to go into too much detail. You can check out that review, but performs really good. Very strong stuff, so you don't have to worry about that. And that was my last pick for my most worn scents of December, Wild Candy. So guys, that was my list. That was my 10 most worn scents of last month. Let me know what you guys wore the most down below. I'd be curious to see what you guys are wearing around this time. And that's going to do it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I post. Also, I might do a most worn fragrances of all of last year. So if you guys want to see me do that, leave a comment down below as well. I'm probably going to do it anyway, but still, just leave a comment if you want to see it. And that's it for me, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.